He can do what he wants. Right, we'll move on to United. Let's do a good 10, 15 on this bet, and then we can just do a small piece on Liverpool. So the Jambo, Ollie's at the wheel. You're currently second, maybe third since last time I went to the table, but you're up there. You're in the quarterfinals of the Europa League against Granada. Probably the favourites to win that, let's be honest.
What competition you say? Europa League?
Yeah. Yeah. No, so someone on Thursdays on Channel 5 or something that they play in. So, something like that. So, I mean, yes, City are obviously incredible. It is very, very difficult to get close to them. You've got closer to them than you were last season and probably for the last about 3 years since Mourinho was there or whatever. So, go on then. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, what's your thoughts?
Well, to start off, I want to make it very clear that I think Solskjaer will be successful at Man United. Like, I actually believe in it.
Here we go.
Like, yes, that's what I wanted to hear.
No. I don't want him to.
Now let him speak.
Okay.
You got to think about it. Look at. I'll give you the best example I can possibly think of. Right. Look at Luke Shaw, for an example. Look at how much of a difference Ole Solskjaer has made out of Luke Shaw, and Luke Shaw's come out and said Ole Solskjaer's the best manager he's ever had. I'm sure if you go around the whole team and you look at the team we had 2 years ago, right, to now, in terms of happiness as one, it's very clear that they're way more happier under Solskjaer than they were Mourinho or anyone else, I think. And if you go around most of the, I don't know how to say it, the best players that we have, like who's meant to be the best players we have, like Maguire and.
Are you fucking proud of them, like?
Are you speaking
for them?
I think if you look at Maguire, I think this year he's done so much better, and I know he gets a lot of stick, but I think it's very harsh that he's getting as much abuse as of what he's getting, in my opinion. I'm not his biggest fan either. And I think my personal view is what Ole Solskjaer is doing at Man United. I think he's doing a good job for now. Obviously, there's more to do, right? You want to compete with City and stuff like that, but I think so far so good for me.
Right. Okay. I actually think he gets quite harshly treated sometimes by pretty much everyone, and certainly Liverpool fans. I think he does get harshly treated. I think that has he done a really good job since he's taken over? He's been there for wrote this down earlier. He's been there for like what, 2.5? Yeah, he's been there for 2 years and 3 months, to give you the exact date, right? I think he's done a good job. I think he stabilized the club. I think you aren't as erratic as you were before with every single transfer window, and I think that's partly to do with him. So I think he deserves more credit than he gets. Matthew and Liam, I don't know if you guys have anything you want to add, but
just on that point, I think he has as well. I think like he's hit this point where everyone's like, can he take them to that next level? I think that's the question now with Ole, is like, is he capable of now going that step further? He's taken them to where they are. Is it him that takes them further? Is it then maybe Ole's got them to that stage and now it's maybe someone else that's able and experienced enough to get them to the next level? I have no idea, but to be like totally honest and go ahead, Jumbo.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I think that's what's going to tell the tale, right? Is whether or not he's going to be able to get over that little bump. He's got the club to wherever they are right now, but can he get them competing with City, or do you need that experienced manager to come in? And I think maybe he's taken the United job a bit too early. I think there's a lot of similarities with Lampard in terms of experience, right? Like, basically.
Yeah, I think there is.
There's unexperienced, and I think if you're going to compete with City, then sure, there's an argument that you need an experienced coach to probably get you there quicker. But I think over time, Solskjaer will get there. I think, because if you look at, I mean, let's take Klopp for example, right? How long did it take Klopp to get Liverpool to where they are now?
Yeah,
how many years did it take?
4 or 5 years, really, 4.5.
Exactly, and then if you look at Klopp, I'm just using Klopp as an example,
and
also because I fucking hate Liverpool. But if you look at how many finals Klopp got into and lost before he won a final. How many years was that? So I feel like if people were saying, "Oh, Ollie's got to the whatever stage of the FA Cup and got knocked out, and he's been knocked out of this," it's like, look around, look at what Klopp did. It took him years to get there, right? You've got to give him that time and let him really put his print on Man United, I think.
Yeah.
So, go on, Matthew.
I think the only thing with that, Jambo, is like if you look at Klopp, and he was obviously like proven before, like what he done at Mainz and then obviously what he done at Dortmund. I think the only difference with that would say that is the difference is that Klopp had the experience of going to that next level and winning titles at Dortmund, Champions League finals and stuff. But the only thing for me with Man United right now is like, so let's say the top like 6, let's say everyone's fit, all their squads are fit, and let's say every team in the top 6 kind of like hit a bit of form, let's say. So let's say if you take City, Liverpool, United, Chelsea, Tottenham, Leicester, where do you think like Man U sit? Let's say that all the squads are fit, all those teams are hitting form and they're playing well. Where do you think like Man U fit in that? Because I just feel like right now, and this isn't to take anything away from Man U or anything away from Ollie, and I know they're sitting second at the moment, but like I kind of feel like obviously all the shit that's happened at Liverpool, all the shit that happened at Chelsea with Lampard, Tottenham totally going stale, with Mourinho, like they just completely went out of form and shit just kind of hit the fan and kind of at all those clubs. I wonder just where do you think Man U fit? Like let's say all those clubs are fit and firing. Where do you think Man U fit in that?
I still think we would. I don't think if you take every single, like you said, like right now, obviously it's clear that Man United are nowhere near competing for the Premier League title, but I definitely believe that they would still be top 4 for sure.
What does that say about the league then? So basically, in a whole, I mean, like that's my concern because, in my opinion, right, Ollie, I agree with what you guys said. He's at the point now where it's like, right, you've had the time, you've stabled it, you've done a great job. Can you go to the next level? And that also, by the way, I'm not saying that's next season win the title. I'm saying like, do you start to get rid of some players that are clearly, well, not clearly, but do you start to get rid of players that maybe you're not too sure on, right? And then how does he recruit and who can he get in? And I just think that as a coach, this is my honest opinion, apart from Tuchel and Klopp, coach-wise, I don't know who competes with Pep.
Well, Solskjaer's is the only manager who's beaten him twice at the Etihad, right? No,
fair, which shows there that there is like clearly he has a little something, and I agree. But if we're saying can he take it to the next step, the answer is obviously we don't know. I don't think he can, and my concern is like who else competes with Pep if it's not Klopp or Tuchel? Like I don't know who else in the league can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The more experience, sorry, Jambo, look, the more experience Solskjaer gets, the better he'll get as a coach as well. And obviously, give him another summer break, he can get his own players in and get rid of some of the deadwood as well. It'll be surely you'd think United would only get stronger next year as well. So,
let's ask the question that everyone keeps saying: are you a wank team without Bruno? Or are you literally like 5th and 6th without Bruno Fernandes? I'm not saying that I'm not saying that he is the only reason you're good, but I'm saying he takes you to another level, which every team has. But if you take him out of that, let's just say he doesn't play next season, do you get top 4?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Because if you take, I'm going off of social media and everyone giving Man United a hard time and ripping into Man United players. They've all said that Bruno is bad against top 6 teams.
Yeah.
Right? So if you take that into the consideration, and we're currently 2nd. So if he's that bad, if he's not great against top 6 teams, then we'll be fine then. In my opinion. But he is though. He makes a difference. Obviously, if he went missing, then we would be, I think, in trouble. But at the same time, if we still have Pogba, and then we got Van der Beek coming in if he's ready to play. For whatever reason he's not playing right now. Maybe it's because he can't get into the team. But I think we've got players that can definitely do a job, and I think we would be fine.
Do you think that like what do you think? Like, do you think your squad is unbalanced? I'm not quite too sure what I mean by that, but I get the feeling that I think that De Gea, all right, is clearly dipped off a little bit. Mm-hmm. Henderson, I think, give him a go. I think he could be decent. In my opinion, I actually think that you should go out and sign Martinez from Villa because I think he's absolutely incredible. I don't think he makes any mistakes, and I think someone should buy him. But you've got Henderson, that's fine. I don't mind Wan-Bissaka if you want to play a certain way. He's a good right back. I agree with you. I think Maguire gets maybe overly harshly treated. He's not as bad as everyone makes him out to be, but he definitely has weaknesses in his game. Maybe he needs a partner in there, right? Luke Shaw, great left back, probably deserves to start for England in the Euros after the season he's had. Then I think when you hit the middle, that's when it's not Bruno and Pogba, Van de Beek's not played a lot. Like, I just think that you need to progress on from like Fred and McTominay. And
100%.
And then again, you need a 9, like we've said, which a lot of teams do. And I'll be honest with you, I think that you cut your losses with Martial because I think he's been given enough time. I know he's still young as fuck, so he could be decent, but I don't know. I don't think he's good enough. And
I agree.
And last person I'll finish on is I think Rashford is a fantastic footballer, has loads of potential, not trying to say shit at all. Everything he has been doing off the pitch is great. I don't know. Does he take you to a level of winning a league title? I'm not sure.
I think going off of what you said about all the individual players, and I'll bring in the manager to the point I'm going to make, and it ties in with like the experience and stuff, and whether or not you should fire him and bring someone else in. All those players that you've named, right, like who aren't really good enough. Like clearly, Fred isn't a Man United player and isn't going to win Man United the Champions League playing holding midfield on his own, right? Martial is fucking pish. He's pissed. He's awful, right? He's so bad. I think that if Ole Solskjaer then decides to stick with these types of players, then he has to coach them to becoming a Man United player and make a difference to win a Premier League. And if he sticks with these players and he can't do that, that's when I would say, all right, it's done. Ole's out then, right? If he's not a good enough coach, if he wants to keep these players and he's trying to coach them and make them into something special and he can't do that, then that's on him, right? Otherwise, he has to buy very, very well in the summer and sell the players that clearly aren't good enough. Like Lindelof, he's just not good enough. He's not going to win us titles. I just don't see it.
Do you, Matthew and Liam, before we can finish off United, do you think that they actually have a bit more work to do? Like James has named quite a few players there, right? So do you think they have more work to do than people maybe almost say like, oh, they just need a right winger and a centre back? Like I think they need more work.
It's a tough one. It's like yes and no. I mean, Josh, you hit the nail on the head in terms of like saying Solskjaer stabilised them, which I think they definitely have. He definitely has. Sorry, but yeah, I mean, like just it's inconsistencies, right? Of like your Martials and like your Freds and stuff, and if you've got inconsistent players, you're not going to be a consistent team who's going to like be challenging for the Premier League and Europe and stuff. But well, one thing I want to ask Jambo is take into consideration obviously Lingard, who was completely out of the team. He's went to West Ham. He's doing very, very well. Would you take Lingard or Martial if you had to choose one of the two?
Right now, Lingard for sure. That's just because like every time I watch Martial, he actually makes me angry.
Is Lingard on loan?
Sorry, but it's really, really annoying because when Martial first came to Man United, the way he like kind of strolled around and like he was picking up goals, he really, really, really reminded me of Berbatov just a little bit.
Okay.
The way just his mannerisms.
Okay,
not
right.
The way, I'm not talking about the player.
No, I know what you mean though. Yeah.
Like his first touch, his mannerisms, the way he strolls around, not looking bothered, but still picked up quite a few goals. And Berbatov is and will always probably be my favourite striker at Man United. I just loved him. So I was really excited to see Martial kind of grow and like get into the team and potentially, you know, be one of the best in the world. Because do you not have something in his contract that if he won the Ballon d'Or, they have to give
you pay
Monaco something, right? X amount of money, and like that goes to show that they thought he was going to be something special too.
Yeah, that cunt's getting nowhere near the Ballon d'Or. I'll tell you that.
Exactly. So this is like,
you,
I mean,
I'll get
you could probably still get 30 or 40 mil for him, right?
I'm in a sling.
Yeah. But James, I genuinely think you could get more than that for him. Like, I think maybe we're all just, well, I mean, we're all sat in our rooms just chatting about football. So who are we to talk? But I genuinely think you could get 60 million for him. I think someone would pay that. I think he's I think he's overrated. I think so many people think he's so much better than he is.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest things with Martial, I think, like, at the time, and a lot of people thought it was a blessing, but it's probably a curse as well, as, like, on his debut years ago, he scored against Liverpool, that goal right against showed in all the commercials and Sky Sports. There was, like, such high hopes. You know what I mean? So I think that almost like killed him in a way in terms of the expectation went from there to there straight away. Like, fucking hell, what a talent this guy could become a club legend. You know what I mean? It's going to get Liverpool, of course.
You got to look at all the other managers that have managed Man United. I'm pretty sure at least two of them have tried to get rid of Martial.
Yeah, there's been a couple of times where yeah, you're right. Yep.
But it was like the board or something, from what I've read, whether it's true or not, the board were the ones who want to keep him. So I think that says, if that's true, that says a lot.
I've heard that.
Those experienced managers, those really experienced managers are saying, I don't want him.
I would remember.
I think that tells something.
I would remember, I forget how many years ago it was now, but it was when Mourinho was in charge, and Man United come over to, they always come over to America, and they played against the Earthquakes. It was a Levi Stadium, and I mean, yeah, albeit for Man United players, it's a friendly against San Jose Earthquakes. You're not going to be that arse. But I still remember, I've never ever watched a live game and seen a player so uninterested. And Martial, I'm pretty sure he got the ball, he dribbled out to play. He generally dribbled out for a throw in, and a player would maybe look embarrassed or like be raging or playing something else. He literally, it looked as if he just did not care at all. He just done that. Like, I've never seen anyone so uninterested in my life.
That sounds like how he looks like he acts, like on the pitch when I see him on TV. I believe that 100%.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure if he spoke to his teammates, they're probably like, he's just like that. It's just his personality, you know what I mean? He's just obviously very like, emotionless, and it's just how he is and stuff. And obviously, he's a great talent as well. But yeah,
and that's fine though. If he's like that, that's fine. But you've got to score goals or do something.
You can act however you want to act if you score goals. That's your job.
Exactly.
I don't give a shit. Yeah.
Sorry, if you're like fucking Lewandowski, you can walk around as not giving a fuck.
Yeah, 100%.
Smashing in goals all the time. Who cares?
Do you on that point of like talking about Martial and that, it's like, so you've got two strikers in Martial and Cavani, and it's like one of them we've just sitting fucking roasted for about 10 minutes saying how shite he is, and the other one basically leaving. Like, it's similar to Chelsea, James. You think that Man U going that next level, they need to bring someone in to, be their striker?
Yeah, well, I thought Man United have probably tried to put all their eggs in the Cavani basket, but it hasn't really worked out because he's not playing for whatever reason. And when he came, I honestly thought this is going to be like another Van Persie situation. Where give him the ball and he'll score and he'll probably get us up there with City maybe. And maybe not win the Premier League, but definitely challenge City a little bit more. And
Which he has. Gap. Which he has.
When he's played, I mean, look at him against Southampton, right? I mean, what an impact he's been when he's played. But for whatever reason, he's not playing, whatever, like if there's injuries or whatever. It's just, I don't know. I feel a little bit not annoyed, just disappointed that he hasn't played as much. And there's rumours that his dad's come out and say he doesn't want to be at Man United anymore or whatever. And it's just like, Matt, like, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we got him, I think we got him a few years too late, because I saw a stat somewhere that the time that he didn't have a club or something, his injuries were like within 2 years, like 13 injuries. Or around that number. I think like it's just too late now.
Yeah.
for him.
It's like you said, the way you compared it there to Van Persie is so true. It's like a quick year to fix, which is fine because, to be honest with you, who were you going to get at the time? I mean, I don't think there was anyone. I actually thought it was quite a smart bit of business from you.
Yeah, so did I.
So I agree, but to finish on United, so because I want to let you ask us at least a couple of questions on Liverpool, and we can keep it short. But to finish on Man United, same as Chelsea. Does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? I don't care. We can say he gets 10 years, right? Does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer win the league at Manchester United? Yes or no?
I'll start. I think so. If you're giving him more than 2 years, I think so.
Okay.
I think it's going to take more than 2 years, though. I don't think it's going to be within 2 years. I think it's going to be.
Are you happy? Sorry, before Matthew and Liam answer, are you okay with that, James, as a fan, to maybe take that a little bit extra time to see if he can do it?
Yeah, I actually am. But just because it's a club legend, though, it has that club legend feeling. You know what I mean? I think if it's anyone else, maybe I wouldn't. The patience would go a lot sooner. But I would definitely. It doesn't matter who would be in right now. If it wasn't Solskjaer or if it was anyone else, I would still be like, give him time. Because if you look at every other manager, it's always taken them a few years. And I go back to Klopp again, right, with Liverpool. It took him, how long was it? 5-6 years or whatever it was to get to where he is now. So just give him that chance, mate. He's done well so far. He's progressed so far. So who's saying that he's not going to progress in the next 3 or 4 years still?
He deserves a chance. Matthew and Liam, yes or no?
I don't think so, but what I will say is I do like the Man United have given him time and like they're almost like taking like baby steps in terms of like progressing, but I do like that they're giving him time, and they probably will give him that time, I think, to try and win the league within maybe the next like 2, 3, 4 years. But yeah, I just with Chelsea improving and Man City just looking relentless, Liverpool will get better when they get their injuries back and their injured players back. So I can't see it, but. Yeah,
Matthew?
Just real quick before I answer, I know we asked Liam the question about Haaland and Chelsea. Jambo, do you think that Man U and Ole could attract and bring in someone like Haaland?
Or Harry Kane?
Or Kane?
I think he has to finish second and win the Europa League to attract someone like that this year. That's what I think.
Fair.
Haaland, if you're talking Haaland specifically, although they have a relationship, I don't think he comes because of the whole Roy Keane and his dad thing. Anyway,
forgot about that.
I would be sure if that happened to my dad, I would fucking hate Man United.
Yeah, it's true. That's very true, eh? That's very true.
So if you're talking about Haaland specifically, I don't think it will happen. But if you want a striker like him, then yeah, we got to win the Europa League and finish second, in my opinion.
Matthew, give a quick yes or no, because I want to allow James and Liam one question each minimum on Liverpool.
Nah, I'm going no.
Fair. I'm also going.
I can't wait for him to win the Premier League now.
I'm going no, and I'm praying to God. it doesn't happen.